The Minutemen soccer team have had a tough season thus far. 0-6 with their most recent loss, coming in 2-1 fashion to Boston University. I'm here with our soccer expert and doctor, Tim Dennehey. Now, Dr. Dennehey, I want you to diagnose what's wrong with this team this far. Can you give us a season recap? How has this season been bad for us so far?
Well, see, Tommy, they're 0-6, and the thing, it looks worse than it is, actually. That's my diagnosis.
So 0-6 is bad.
Yeah.
But we're worse.
We're worse. We're a lot worse than 0-6.
Heard it from Dr. Dennehey.
I mean, the first game was okay. The first game we did all right. We made it right up to the end in overtime against Utah, and they got a crummy rebound in overtime to put it in to lose 1-0. That's just a rough way to start the season. Then they went on a god-awful 4-game losing streak on the road where they just got demolished in every game. And then BU came. Now, BU came, they lost 2-1. Now, BU is a very, very strong club. They always have been. I feel like they always will be, but, maybe that's just because Massachusetts, great state. But with that loss, it's one of those things where, okay, you can say, okay, it's good that we lost to a team that's, like, so good 2-1, only 2-1 instead of losing like previous. They lost 5-0, 4-0. But there comes to the point 0-6 where you really just can't have those games anymore. You got to start winning. It has to start happening. It's 0-6. It's looking pretty bad. 0-7 looks worse. 0-8, oh gosh, I don't know.
Tim, you're right. 0-6 is bad, but there comes a point when you start looking for moral victories. That's when you know that things aren't going your way.
Yeah.
So, you diagnose the issue. Now let's think of some solutions. Prescribe a medication for this team and tell us what they can do to fix this 0-6 season. They don't need to do much. They just need to fix their goalkeeping, defending, and offense. So those are only the 3 most important facets of the game. I think you're onto something.
I think so. I don't know why I haven't got a call yet from them. My line is still available. You called me at my office. But defense, we lost Ryan Buckingham. That is huge. Buckingham, he transferred to San Francisco. Best of luck to him coming from UMass. But that was a really, really big loss. He was a very, very strong keep for us. The other 2 guys that have been in there is George Baccara and Bardia Asefnia. Excuse me on that.
He's a great guy.
He is a great guy. But they haven't really been doing well. They have not been keeping the ball in the net. They haven't been getting a lot of help from their defense. I think defensively, they need to rally around Matt Pease. He played next to Matt Keys last year, who was a fantastic leader. Pease, he knows how to lead. He was a 2-year captain at Needham High School. He brought his club team. He led his club team captain in 2013 to the state championship. He knows how to lead. Now he needs to do it here on the collegiate level and see if he can rally around this defense. In mid, they just added Samuel Asama from down the street. He went to Springfield Tech, and we'll see how he's been doing. I'm actually very curious on how he's going to fare this season. He played about 45 to 60 minutes, so roughly around the area in his first start. He did all right. He had 2 shots, which for this team is a big deal. It's a big deal. So, and then forward, they just need to put the ball in the net. They're getting outscored right now, 16-2. On the season. That's awful.
That's a 14-goal differential, if my math is correct. Which, is that good, Doctor?
Yep. Yeah, 14. And corner kicks, I don't know if you want to do this one. This one's a little harder. It's 41-17. While you're doing that, I'll explain the significance of that. That just shows that, they are in our zone a lot more than we are in theirs, and it really, you're doing the math, aren't you? That's fantastic. It really, that number really shows how much they're in our zone while we're not in theirs. They're out hustling. Teams are out hustling us. They're getting these corner kicks, and corner kicks huge. They put a lot of pressure on the goalie, and making the goalie feel uncomfortable is what it's all about. And our keeps have been pretty uncomfortable this part.
For corners, every USA fan's dream.
Absolutely.
That header against Ghana. Corners are important, but Doctor, we start off the best remedy is to go after that first treatment. Mm-hmm. That'd be next game against Hartford.
Yes.
How crucial do you think this next game at Hartford is when it comes to the idea of turning the season around or even salvaging the season?
This game is huge, absolutely huge, and I'm just talking strictly from a moral standpoint. If this team wants to hold their head up, Hartford is coming off this is the last game of a 5-game road streak. They're 1-2-2. And they're local rivals. It doesn't get better than that. We have the biggest chance of winning. I think we need to win this game, and we go against UNH on Saturday, which, if statistics serve right, we're going to get slaughtered. So this Hartford game is really, really big for the morale of this team.
All right, that's Dr. Dennehey. That's men's soccer. Hopefully Matt Pease and the guys can turn it around, but things are looking bleak right now. Do not touch that dial. I already said that, but that's because it's important. After this, we'll have our dual reporter, Philip Zenzo, talking about the best team on campus, the women's field hockey team. We'll be right back.